What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I got baby Machiavelli Mills right here with me. Give him his bottle so he can stay quiet while I'm talking. But look, y'all, I really want to talk to y'all about a topic that it's been on my mind heavy, right? My generation, I'm 28 years old. For those who don't know, we get a lot of flack for a lot of the things that the youth does in my age range. I'm talking about people from like 22 to 28, around that age range. We get a lot of flack for a lot of things. But one thing that I noticed that we should be commended on is the fact that it's a lot of bravery in this generation. Bravery when it comes to the professional field, right? When it comes to corporate America, I think my generation has a lot of confidence in themselves to be able to remove them from situations that are not conducive to their mental health, right? I know a lot of people in my lifetime who were miserable working jobs for 30 and 40 years, hated every bit of the job, every job duty associated with it, hated every coworker that they were dealing with, and came home and brought their frustration home to their children, to their mate, and so on and so forth, right? And ultimately, they lived a very unhappy life, and they just worked this job through and through. A lot of people in my generation, a lot of young folks I'm talking about, when they see that a job is just not for them, it's affecting their mood, it's affecting their relationships with friends, with their kids, with their loved ones. They get up out of there and they go find something else. You know what I mean? With no hesitation. And it takes a lot of bravery, man. It is really, really brave and courageous to pick up everything. You got a job, they're probably paying you well, but everybody, you don't like nobody at the job. People are not treating you right. They're not treating you properly. You're being way overworked and getting underpaid. People are, I mean, there's a lot of mess at the job. It's a lot of people is micromanaging you, standing over your shoulder, putting a lot of pressure on you where you have no leeway or no room to even make maybe one mistake, or it's too much. Kids get up out of there with the quickness, and I salute that, because any job that has you feeling like horrible every time you wake up is not for you. And a lot of the people, my older generation, when I speak about the older generation, I'm talking about my parents' generation, even our grandparents' generation. A lot of them did what was necessary to put food on the table and to provide for the family, and that's something that I have to salute without question. But a lot of them worked jobs where they just hated it, and when they came home, it reflected that you could see that they hated their job in the way that they interacted, with their families, in the way that they interacted with their loved ones, in the way that they interacted with friends on the weekend. I saw some people even so miserable, not my mother in particular, because my mom is of my generation. She will get up out of there and leave, and will find something with the quickness. But I saw like close family members and other people that we knew, family friends, who hated their job so much when they came home, it was just like you could see it was weighing on them. On the weekend, they couldn't even enjoy their weekends because all they could think about is, man, I got to come in here and go to this job. What they're gonna have me do on Monday? All they could think about was, man, I don't want to deal with this coworker. They too much. They hassling me. They all down my back. And this generation, my generation, they gonna find something better. And I think a lot of the older people, they have a fear that, man, maybe this job is as good as it gets. That was a fear of theirs. Maybe this job is as good as it gets. I don't want to be without work for a minute. What if I never find a good job to be able to take care of my kids? I got to stay here until the meantime, or so on and so forth. What if I don't like it at this other place that I'm applying to? What if it's the same exact situation? What if I'm leaving one fire to go into another? What if I'm leaving a house fire to go into a forest fire? A lot of those things were the worries of the older generation, man. And I salute and commend my age range of people. My age range and my peers, because sometimes you got to take risks. You got to step out there. You got to step out on a ledge and see what happens, right? You got to go out there and go for what you want, and hopefully you get what you're striving for. But if something is just not for you, in your heart of hearts, every single day, you don't feel invigorated waking up in the morning. You feel restless at night because you just weren't thinking about this job all day long. If it's like taking away time from your family, valuable time, precious time with your kids and stuff like that, and it's not paying you properly, and for real, a lot of times you got to get up out of there. You got to get up out of there before ultimately you end up snapping in that office, and you get fired anyway. right? After snapping on everybody from holding so much stuff in, it just causes you to explode. It's always, and to me, we are in trying times in America today. It's a lot of things going on. A lot of, we got this virus going on. Excuse me, the pandemic is going on. It's just a lot of stuff going on where people are uncertain about their futures, and I get that. But ultimately, man, in general, even outside of that, like even before the pandemic happened, like one thing my mom always told me, you gotta have faith, and you gotta be an optimistic person. And so, like, of course, be a realist, but think with optimism. Ultimately, the skills that you have, that job is keeping you there because you're very good at it. And another employer will see the same things in you. Another employer probably has better management, better employees, better supervisors, so on and so forth. Excuse me. They have better benefits and all of that. Another employer will see those same things in you. That say, hey, I gotta hire him or her. There's going to be other opportunities. Other opportunities in this world for you to flourish, for you to thrive, for you to be able to be financially prosperous for you and your family. One job is not the end all be all of everything. Working one place, of course, you can work one place for 30, 40 years and retire and all of that, and that's cool. But what's the use of doing that? What's the good in doing that if you hate it every single day? You hate it every single day. Like, my dream job growing up was I wanted to work someplace. This is what I'm just describing the environment of my dream job. Everything ain't gonna be perfect, right? You're not gonna like every single person at the job. You know what I mean? I'm not saying quit a job because one person looked at you funny. But you want to work somewhere where when you get up in the morning, you feel like, man, I can't, like, man, okay. You feel excited about the day. You feel anxious about what challenges wait ahead for you. You feel like thrilled about going actually going into work. Not dreading it, not dragging out of bed, not like talking to yourself, saying a whole bunch of prayers just to get throughout the day. Because ultimately, sometimes that stuff is gonna wear you thin. It's gonna wear you thin to the point where you're gonna blow up to a point of no return, right? And it's better to just leave a situation than to get terminated in a lot of these cases, man. And just have the faith that you can find better. It's all type of opportunities that that won't miss you, right? All type of opportunities that will be there for you. Especially if one employer recognizes your good working abilities and good working habits and your good skill and your great skills and all that, another employer will as well. And sometimes you just gotta have confidence and have faith in God that, hey, look, something else is going to be there waiting. Something else better for me is something else is out there better for me, and all I gotta do is go out and take it. Go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take it and take that risk, man. I know a lot of people that have done that and they have been rewarded handsomely for that. But my generation of people, my peers, that's something that I see all the time. My generation of people is not going to stay at a job that's like, that's keeping them down, that's weighing them down, that's causing them to just be like, hate the world. At the end of the day, like, you have to take care of yourself, not just take care of a job. So you can put in all these hours for the work, for the job, and all this and all that, make them all the money in the world. And then when you get off, you realize you're not getting paid the way you want to get paid. But then also, you're not in the right mental state. You like, some people get driven into depression from their job, have anxiety attacks because of their job, be stressed out and have all different type of ailments, medical problems because of their jobs, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You don't kill yourself for these employers. Please do not do that. You have children to live for. If you don't have kids, you got family that loves you. Whether it be a mother, father, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, like we got people that love you and care about you. You got to be here to celebrate those big moments with them. You know what I'm saying? Not be here just to celebrate you getting a job, all this, keeping them afloat and all of that, and they not keeping you afloat. A job that's really not giving you the same thing that you put into them, right? And you got to go out and it's better for you out here. It's gonna be better for you out here. You just gotta take that leap of faith. You know, and I understand being weary about it, being scared, because I've been scared a lot of times. I've been scared with a lot of things. But the faith that I have in God, faith that I have in the Most High, is impeccable. You know, and I always feel like, you know, my trying times, I went through a lot of trying times or whatever, whether it be with a job or financially being stressed. But it's like, I always feel like something better is going to be around the corner for me. If I just put in my due diligence, I put in my efforts, and I do the work, you know what I mean? Do the work, and either looking for a job or putting my best foot forward in anything, something promising is going to come out of it. And that's the word that I want to give everybody else, you know, listening today. No matter what, man, it's always, if things are trying, it's hard for you, it's something better out there for you. Just go out there and seize it. Seize the opportunity, seize the moment. It will be there for you. And I think that's something that the youth have recognized. And I'm not saying this to down the older generation, because I knew exactly what they were doing and why they did what they were doing. They just feel like, hey, this job opportunity may not come around. I may not get another job like this. I don't want to lose my job. And hey, who's to say the other employer is not the exact same way or even worse? So they stayed in those positions, and they just decided to just keep feeding their family and sacrifice however they felt in order to put food on the table, put clothes on your children's back, and a roof over your children's head. And I understand that completely, and I respect it. But it's better for you out here. It's better opportunities. It's better. It's more satisfying money to make out here. When I say satisfying money, you feel good inside about doing the work that you do to get the money that you make, right? You feel good about doing the money. You feel good about doing your job duties and getting the money you make the same way. And I just want to remind everyone that, hey, it's jobs out here like that, you know. And maybe it's not meant for you to work for someone else. Maybe it's meant for you to be your own employer. And I know that's hard too, and it doesn't happen overnight, but sometimes that may be the case. Maybe it's meant for you to be your own boss and create your own opportunities for excellence for you and your people. And I don't know the ins and outs of doing that, but that may very well be your destiny or your goal. I just gotta salute and respect my generation, because I see so many kids that I graduated with. Kids, we're adults now. I see so many people that I graduated with and younger who go to opportunities. When things aren't going right there, hey, they go and find them another opportunity and say, hey, look, I'm gonna have to get up out of here. I'm gonna go find somewhere else that's best for me. It's stressing me out way too much. I'm overwhelmed in this position. It's just causing me all type of chaos and havoc. And they go out there and they find something else and find something even better. I'm like, man, that person really had faith and they had courage. It takes a lot of courage, man, to leave a job and they may be even paying you well, but it's just not good for you mentally. It's not good for you and your sanity. And I'm sorry, man, the employers will think otherwise, but you come first. Your family comes first a lot of time. Like, of course, you got to do your job and all that, but, like, you got to take care of you, too. Because I'm telling you right now, the boss is going to make sure they're well taken care of themselves. They're going to make sure they people good and all that, you know, but they're going to stress the hell out of you. And to the point where you got some people that feel like they got to stay overtime and I get paid for it because their boss is down their back, breathing down their neck. And it's just like they got kids to pick up. They got to do this, they got to do this, they got to do that. And they feel like they're getting pulled in so many different directions. People, it's better opportunities out here for you. People who will appreciate the work that you do, that will treat you accordingly with respect, with dignity, that won't be all creating mess at the job. It's not a messy work environment. It's a working environment that's conducive for you to be the best worker that you can be. But also, it's an environment where it's family. It's like it feels family friendly or family oriented. You know, where they have the best interest in you above all. There are plenty of opportunities out here like that, and I just want people to remember that, you know, and not feel like they have to be stagnant in a position or feel like they can't get anything else. Because just as well as that employer that you're working for saw something in you, like I said so many times throughout this video, just as well as that employer you currently work for who's treating you wrong saw something in you, Another employer will also do the same. My son's going to sleep. I don't know. Look like he's out for the count. Are you, man? But anyway, man, I just wanted to leave that with you all. Y'all like the video, leave comments, subscribe to the channel, donate to the Cash App. Cash App is $MACMILLER, the number 5. $MACMILLER, the number 5. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace. Let me get my boy up. He's falling asleep.